Travel after 70 can feel like a return of freedom, an open door to the world after years of raising families, building careers, and sacrificing for others. The idea of waking up in a new city, exploring historic streets, tasting foreign cuisine, or watching a sunrise over an unfamiliar horizon is thrilling. Many seniors finally have the time and means to explore, to celebrate life, and to enjoy the richness of new experiences. But while traveling may seem like the perfect way to embrace your golden years, there are serious, often overlooked dangers that come with age, and many of them don't show up on your ticket or itinerary. These hidden health and safety risks aren't meant to scare you, but to prepare you. Because once you understand them, you can plan smarter, travel safer, and enjoy deeper peace of mind no matter where your journey takes you. One of the most underestimated threats for seniors while traveling is deep vein thrombosis, DVT, a potentially life-threatening condition where blood clots form, typically in the legs, due to long periods of immobility. Sitting for hours on a plane, bus, or train can slow circulation significantly. And for seniors, whose veins may already be less elastic or whose mobility is reduced, this can quickly become dangerous. A clot that forms in a leg can travel to the lungs, causing a pulmonary embolism, a sudden and often fatal event. What makes this risk so insidious is that it builds silently, without pain or warning. The swelling, redness, or warmth in the leg might not even be noticed until it's too late. That's why it's essential for seniors to take proactive steps like walking around during long flights, wearing compression socks, staying hydrated, and doing seated leg exercises every hour. Closely related to circulation is the issue of hydration and electrolyte balance, which can be severely disrupted during travel, especially for older adults. Plane cabins are notoriously dry, causing rapid fluid loss through skin and breath. Combine that with potential delays, unfamiliar food, disrupted sleep, and reduced water intake while on the go, and you have a recipe for dehydration. For seniors, even mild dehydration can lead to confusion, low blood pressure, dizziness, and increased risk of falls. It also strains the kidneys and can worsen underlying health conditions like heart disease or diabetes. Many seniors are also on medications like diuretics or blood pressure pills that affect fluid balance. So while a younger traveler might brush off a mild headache or fatigue, for someone over 70, these symptoms could quickly spiral into something more dangerous if not addressed early and often. Another serious but often overlooked danger is disruption of medication routines and access to prescriptions. Traveling across time zones, changing daily rhythms, and navigating new languages or customs can all interfere with when and how medications are taken. Seniors often have multiple prescriptions with strict timing or food requirements, and a missed dose or incorrect intake can have cascading effects. For example, taking blood thinners or insulin even a few hours off schedule can lead to complications. Add to that the risk of running out of medication while abroad, struggling to find a local pharmacy, or even losing pills in checked luggage, and it becomes clear that medication management during travel is not a small detail. It's a foundation for staying safe. That's why it's vital to plan a complete medication strategy before traveling, including keeping a detailed medication list, carrying doses in hand luggage, and even traveling with a doctor's note and local translation if needed. Another equally critical factor seniors often overlook is the impact of travel on sleep cycles and circadian rhythms. Jet lag is difficult at any age, but for older adults, its effect can be far more disorienting. Irregular sleep patterns, unfamiliar beds, nighttime bathroom trips, or noisy hotel rooms can disrupt not only energy levels, but also mood, cognitive clarity, and immune function. Seniors who already struggle with sleep issues at home, like insomnia, sleep apnea, or restless leg syndrome, may find these problems magnified when traveling. A lack of quality sleep also lowers your body's ability to recover from exertion and increases the likelihood of accidents, missteps, and even infections. It's not simply about feeling tired. It's about how that tiredness amplifies other vulnerabilities. Without a plan to manage sleep disruptions, a dreamy vacation can quickly turn into a draining experience. The risk of infections while traveling is also higher for seniors than many realize. It's not just the worry of seasonal flu or COVID-19. It's also exposure to unfamiliar bacteria in local water, foodborne illnesses, or skin infections from minor cuts or bites. A simple stomach bug that might cause a day of discomfort in a young traveler can send a senior to the hospital with dehydration and electrolyte imbalance. Insect bites that cause minor swelling in others might lead to cellulitis in an older adult. What makes matters worse is that some seniors may not show typical symptoms early. No fever, no intense pain, leading to delayed treatment. Whether it's navigating crowded airports, trying unfamiliar dishes, or swimming in local waters, the microbial world is always present, and older immune systems often don't respond as fast or strong. Precaution isn't paranoia, it's protection. We must acknowledge the mental and emotional toll travel can unexpectedly impose. Many seniors step into trips full of excitement, but find themselves overwhelmed by overstimulation, language barriers, missed connections, or even loneliness when things don't go as planned. Cognitive fatigue sets in faster, especially in unfamiliar environments where everything, from street signs to currency, feels new and requires extra mental processing. Seniors with mild memory loss or cognitive decline may struggle with keeping track of hotel rooms, boarding times, or landmarks. What begins as a beautiful adventure can quickly become a source of anxiety or confusion, making the person feel vulnerable rather than empowered. And it's not uncommon for seniors to hide that discomfort out of pride or politeness, leading to even more stress under the surface. While physical and medical concerns are a top priority, we cannot ignore the logistical complexity and bureaucratic challenges that often catch senior travelers off guard. From navigating airport security with metal implants or mobility aids to understanding customs declarations and insurance documents, travel today demands a high level of organization and mental clarity. For seniors, especially those who haven't traveled in years, even basic systems have changed. Boarding passes are digital, baggage tags are self-printed, and kiosks replace human agents. This shift can be disorienting and frustrating. Add to that long lines, unexpected gate changes, or complicated customs interviews, and you have a system that wears down even the healthiest adult. Seniors must prepare not just their bodies, but also their minds and documents. That means printing everything in advance, arriving early, having backup identification, and knowing their rights when traveling with mobility aids or medications. Another significant hidden danger is the lack of emergency support in foreign countries. Many seniors travel without knowing where the nearest hospital is, how emergency numbers differ, or whether their insurance will actually cover treatment abroad. If a medical emergency strikes, language barriers and local customs can cause fatal delays. Some destinations may lack adequate geriatric care or require upfront payment before administering treatment, something many travelers don't expect. What if a heart condition flares up? What if a fall results in a fracture? Seniors must not only carry travel insurance, but verify whether it includes medical evacuation, local hospital access, and coverage for pre-existing conditions. It's also essential to keep emergency contacts, medical records, and doctors' notes accessible in both physical and digital form, and, if possible, translated into the local language. The reality is, in moments of crisis, preparation is the most powerful form of protection. In addition to medical emergencies, mobility-related hazards increase drastically with age, especially in unfamiliar environments. What may seem like a mild slope, a few stairs, or a cobbled street can become an obstacle course for seniors with balance issues or arthritis. Many tourist destinations aren't built with elder accessibility in mind. Buses may have no handrails. Museums may stretch for miles. Guided tours often move too quickly. And in cities with older infrastructure, elevators might not exist. This leads to fatigue, joint strain, and higher risk of falls. A small misstep can lead to a broken hip, and a broken hip in your 70s or 80s is not just a fracture. It's a potential life-altering event. Seniors must realistically assess their physical limitations and plan around them. That might mean choosing hotels with elevators, packing foldable canes or walking sticks, booking private tours with slow paces, or researching wheelchair-accessible routes in advance. Another rarely discussed but critically important factor is nutrition while traveling. Seniors often follow strict dietary guidelines to manage diabetes, hypertension, or gastrointestinal conditions. But during travel, they're faced with unfamiliar ingredients, irregular meal times, skipped breakfasts, and food that may be too rich, too salty, or lacking in fiber. Constipation, blood sugar spikes, or digestive discomfort can quickly appear. Airports and roadside stops rarely offer nutritious, senior-friendly options. Fast food becomes the fallback, not because it's desired, but because it's available. Over several days, poor eating compounds health issues. Energy dips, moods swing, and medications don't work as effectively. That's why it's vital to pack healthy snacks, stay on a schedule, drink adequate water, and choose accommodations with kitchenettes when possible. Even something as simple as oatmeal, bananas, or steamed vegetables can make all the difference in maintaining stability and energy during your trip. Equally concerning is the risk of travel scams that specifically target seniors. Scammers view elderly travelers as easy targets, polite, less tech-savvy, often carrying cash or sensitive documents. From fake taxi drivers who overcharge, to fraudulent tour guides, to distraction thefts in crowded areas, the list is endless. And it's not just on the street. Scams exist in the form of suspicious vacation rentals, bogus booking websites, and even pickpocket rings that watch hotels for senior guests. What makes these scams so dangerous is that they rob more than money. They destroy trust and confidence. A single bad experience can ruin an entire trip and shake a senior's desire to travel again. That's why it's crucial to research thoroughly, use reputable platforms, avoid carrying large amounts of cash, and trust instincts. And never be afraid to ask for help from hotel staff, local authorities, or even younger travelers nearby. Vigilance is not paranoia. It's wisdom earned through experience. And we must examine the emotional expectations and disappointments that come with senior travel. Many older adults dream of once-in-a-lifetime trips, cruises, family reunions, or revisiting their youth's favorite places. But reality doesn't always match the dream. The weather changes. Flights get delayed. The grandchildren lose interest halfway through the trip. Bodies ache more than expected. And what was supposed to be a joyful return becomes a reminder of how time has passed. Seniors may find themselves dealing with unspoken grief, longing, or frustration. They may even feel guilty for not enjoying every moment. But it's important to recognize that travel, like life, is rarely perfect. The key lies not in eliminating discomfort, but in preparing for it, adapting to it, and embracing the beauty within the imperfect. With the right mindset, even a slow walk through a foreign park or a quiet cup of tea on a hotel balcony becomes a memory worth treasuring. The cognitive strain of travel is often underestimated, especially for seniors who may already deal with memory challenges, early-stage dementia, or general age-related cognitive slowdown. Navigating unfamiliar environments, deciphering maps, recalling hotel room numbers, adapting to new languages, and keeping track of daily schedules can cumulatively overwhelm even the sharpest minds. One missed street, one wrong platform, or one misplaced passport becomes more than an inconvenience. It triggers anxiety, confusion, and in severe cases, complete disorientation. Mental fatigue also leads to poor decision-making, skipped meals, forgotten medications, or increased susceptibility to scams and danger. Seniors must understand that traveling is not just a physical event, but an intense cognitive exercise that demands mental reserves. That's why reducing mental load through simplified itineraries, traveling with companions, using physical maps alongside digital ones, and sticking to familiar routines can greatly reduce the risk of cognitive overload. Sleep disruption during travel is another deeply hidden hazard that affects older travelers disproportionately. Between time zone shifts, noisy hotel rooms, unfamiliar beds, and early morning flights, seniors often experience disturbed sleep cycles, which in turn affects their immune system, mental sharpness, and mood regulation. Unlike younger travelers who can bounce back with a nap or push through fatigue, seniors find sleep deficits far more damaging. Lack of deep sleep interferes with medication effectiveness, slows digestion, and increases the likelihood of falls and confusion. It also weakens their ability to enjoy the experience they traveled for in the first place. This is why it's vital to protect sleep hygiene as fiercely as one would guard a passport. That means carrying earplugs, using eye masks, adjusting to new time zones gradually, requesting quiet rooms in hotels, and avoiding caffeine and alcohol too close to bedtime. Sleep isn't a luxury on a trip. It's the very foundation of energy, memory, and mood stability. Companion dependence is another issue that often surfaces in subtle ways during senior travel. Many older adults travel with spouses, children, or caregivers. And while companionship can be comforting, it can also create unintended stress. Seniors may feel pressure to keep pace with younger family members, hiding fatigue or discomfort to avoid slowing down the group. In other cases, they may become entirely dependent on others for navigation, scheduling, or health management, reducing their autonomy and creating tension. If disagreements arise or routines are disrupted, it can lead to emotional strain that lingers long after the trip ends. Maintaining independence during travel, even in small ways, empowers seniors to stay engaged and confident. Planning solo activities within group trips, carrying personal health records and emergency contacts, or simply voicing preferences clearly can transform a passive trip into an empowering experience where seniors are not just along for the ride. They're leading parts of it. An often overlooked danger for traveling seniors is environmental exposure, both in terms of weather extremes and pollution levels. Seniors are especially vulnerable to sudden shifts in temperature, humidity, or altitude. A cool destination in brochures can feel bitterly cold in reality, and a tropical paradise can turn into a heat exhaustion risk within hours. Their bodies do not regulate temperature as efficiently, and many take medications that alter sweat response or hydration retention. Sunburn, dehydration, or cold-related complications like hypothermia can set in much faster. In cities with poor air quality, respiratory issues like asthma or COPD can flare up, making sightseeing nearly impossible. Travelers over 70 must pay close attention to local climate patterns, UV indexes, pollution alerts, and altitude levels. Proper clothing, hydration, and rest days are not optional. They are life-preserving decisions. A relaxed afternoon indoors when smog levels are high can be the difference between enjoying the next day or ending the trip early due to health concerns. Technology reliance has also introduced new stressors for senior travelers. Many aspects of modern travel, from airline check-ins to boarding trains to accessing museum tickets, now rely on smartphone apps, QR codes, and online confirmations. For seniors unfamiliar with these systems, or those with declining eyesight or hand dexterity, the tech-heavy nature of modern travel can create dependency, frustration, or exclusion. Something as simple as a dead phone battery or poor Wi-Fi can trigger panic. In these moments, seniors may feel helpless or even embarrassed. This is why it's so critical to prepare low-tech backups, printed confirmations, analog maps, physical itineraries, and written addresses in the local language. These don't just act as safety nets, they provide confidence. Knowing you can continue your trip even if the tech fails restores a sense of control, which is vital for an enjoyable, stress-free journey. Emotional regulation becomes another critical, yet silent, component of senior travel. As we age, tolerance for discomfort, change, and unpredictability often diminishes. Long layovers, missed connections, or rude staff interactions can lead to emotional spirals that quickly ruin a day. Furthermore, seniors may suppress discomfort, feeling cold, hungry, or overwhelmed, out of politeness or fear of appearing needy. Over time, these minor stresses compound, leading to outbursts, anxiety, or silent suffering. That's why establishing emotional check-ins during the day, allowing extra time between activities, and sharing concerns openly with travel companions are key to mental well-being. Travel should not be a test of endurance. It should be a space for joy, discovery, and reflection. Addressing emotions in real time, not bottling them up, keeps the experience positive and the body healthier. As we come to the final stretch of this discussion, it's important to take a moment to recognize the overall role of proper nutrition, consistent physical activity, and mindful habits in maintaining leg strength as you age. We've covered a lot of ground today, exploring the intricacies of how certain fruits can either support or hinder your leg strength. Now, it's time to pull everything together and reinforce just how crucial your daily choices are for your future mobility, independence, and overall vitality. Let's take a step back and consider the bigger picture. It's not just about eliminating the bad, it's about embracing the good. We've highlighted the fruits that seniors should consider reducing or avoiding, but we've also discussed a wide array of fruits that can make a positive impact on your leg strength. As you age, your body requires more than just basic sustenance. It needs the right nutrients in the right amounts, strategically woven into a healthy, balanced lifestyle. Whether you're eating a fruit salad, sipping on a smoothie, or enjoying a piece of fresh fruit as a snack, it's crucial to remember the role each fruit plays in your overall health, mobility, and strength. The fruits we've discussed today, like kiwi, bananas, and citrus fruits, should become staples in your diet. But the key is balance. You don't need to focus exclusively on these fruits. Rather, ensure that they're part of a wider, nutrient-rich eating pattern that includes vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Just as you wouldn't rely on one-leg exercise to strengthen your muscles, you shouldn't rely on one food or one nutrient to keep your legs strong. A holistic approach is always the best approach. However, diet alone is never the sole factor. Physical activity remains the cornerstone of maintaining muscle strength, especially in the legs. The use it or lose it principle applies more strongly as you get older. When you stop moving, your muscles and joints begin to deteriorate. But as long as you stay consistent in your movement, your legs will remain strong and functional, and you'll enjoy the benefits of a more active lifestyle. Regular walking, balance exercises, light strength training, and flexibility routines can all be easily incorporated into your daily schedule, ensuring that your muscles stay engaged and continue to support you for years to come. It's also essential to recognize that aging isn't a time of decline, it's a time of adaptation. The older you get, the more attuned you become to the changes in your body. This awareness can guide your nutritional choices, your physical activity levels, and even your mental and emotional health. Embrace the changes as opportunities to thrive in new ways. Strengthening your legs and maintaining mobility is just one part of a broader journey toward better health, greater independence, and a more vibrant life. When you combine the right foods with the right exercises and a mindset that prioritizes well-being, you're not just maintaining leg strength, you're empowering yourself to continue enjoying the activities you love. Whether that's walking your dog in the park, taking a stroll with friends, or even dancing at a family celebration, having the strength to move freely is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself as you age. As we wrap up this discussion, remember that small, consistent changes make a big difference over time. Begin by incorporating a variety of fruits that enhance your leg strength, and avoid the ones that could be holding you back. Stay active, stay informed, and most importantly, stay committed to your health. Your legs are the foundation of your mobility, and with the right care and attention, they can continue to serve you for many years. And finally, if you're committed to transforming your health, your strength, and your quality of life as you age, don't forget to subscribe to Healthful Living 60 Plus. We are here to guide you every step of the way with real, professional data, expert tips, and actionable advice that can help you live your healthiest life. Our mission is to empower seniors just like you to make informed, proactive choices for your health and well-being. Stay tuned for more valuable content, and we'll continue to be here to support you in your journey to strength and vitality. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with others who could benefit from this information, and subscribe to Healthful Living 60 Plus for more content like this. Keep strengthening those legs, stay active, and keep living your best life. Until next time, stay healthy, stay strong, and remember, you're never alone in this journey. We're here with you every step of the way.